Hey guys, what's going on? It's DannyDealz. Want to talk to you about the Sofi stock. This stock has broken out yesterday. I made a video, my bridesmaid stock Karen video, um, regarding the importance of breaking out above two lines that had been constraining the stock. Um, Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Um, I was talking to you about two lines here. This is a longer term wedge in purple, and this is a shorter term wedge in blue that have been acting as resistance for the stock going back 5 months on the blue line and basically forever on the purple line. Now, this little trend line starting on May 12th, when the stock essentially made a bottom under $4.50, um, has guided the stock nicely upward until May 26th. And then yesterday, the stock went ahead and broke out above both of those upper trend lines in those wedges, as well as the 50-day moving average, and continue to make this huge bullish move. Now, today the stock is up 48 cents or 8%. It's 7:15 a.m. out here in Los Angeles. I hope it's a great day wherever you are. And for the SoFi investor, we're finally seeing things come around a little bit. But I want you to remember this. Before the ER came out here recently, the stock had run up to about $6.50. So if you take a look at the chart, we are at exactly, um, the same level that we were prior to the earnings report. So this has actually made zero move on what I believe was probably, a solid B ER. It wasn't anything that set the world on fire, but continued to show that management was executing their game plan and generally being successful. Again, people want to pretend that SoFi just, is like any other company and that they've been, doing pretty well, but there are all these dark clouds on the horizon. When in fact, SoFi was put in a very, very unique and challenging set of circumstances. SoFi was not only primarily known as a student loan company, but primarily was a student loan company. That's where they got a ton of their revenues and profits, and it's hard to think of another business, outside of like a meth lab or something like that, where the government just comes and completely shuts down your business. Like you've built this entire structure, you're taking your company public. You make all these representations to shareholders and people who finance the company, and then the government simply comes in and says, listen, we're going to pause all student loan payments. So it essentially and I realize those are just the federal loans, not necessarily SoFi's private loans, but it pulls the rug out from an entire industry. And it basically takes a paradigm that businesses were relying on in terms of government policy, student loan policy, repaying your debt policy, and it just turns it on its head. And the rationale was that COVID was an unprecedented, shock to the economic system, to daily life, and that people needed a pause to regroup, and it made sense. And I think it did make sense for a year or possibly two, but you just wind up with, instead of helping people, get through the COVID pandemic, you get to just demonizing private companies, demonizing SoFi. You hear that from senators like, Elizabeth Warren and others, like SoFi is an evil, greedy corporation. Well, I mean, I don't mean to, disparage Senator Warren, but that's SoFi's a for-profit company. What do you expect them to do? They're trying to make a profit, but I would contend SoFi is probably more fair to its customers, its borrowers, its members. gives them a better deal and a bigger piece of the pie than almost any other bank out there, any other lender out there. And with no rates, no fees, everything is very upfront. I mean, I'm not just a SoFi investor, I'm also a SoFi customer. I don't have any student loans anymore, thank God. I'm too old, paid the gray hair here to prove it, but I paid all those off, every penny that I owed. And, it's just the way things go. Like, you can't describe SoFi as, oh, they're a little bit shaky. Remember, they just had to make up this entire business model on the fly, and people want to criticize them for making too many personal loans. Well, I mean, that's just absurd. They didn't have a lot of avenues to pursue, and they make all these personal loans to only to customers with very top credit and income. I read that they reject more than 70% of the applicants. They won't even underwrite anyone on any loan with a credit score under 680. Yet, they're able to monetize some of those marginal candidates by referring them to affiliates. And of course, they will get some revenue on the referral. But guys, we're up 50 cents to $8.62. I wanted to just come back on and take a look at the short interest. Um, Hey, we've got Deuce Kabuski here in the comments. Welcome, Deuce, one of our best viewers, and I believe actually my representative out in the Midwest. So if you need any DannyDealz, any Hurricane Lopez information, and you are not on either of the coasts, you want to talk to Deuce Kabuski. He is interested in the live short interest. So when you guys ask, I tell you what's going on. So let's jam over to the live short interest and get Deuce Kabuski that info he is needing. Guys, the live short, I know because I already looked, the shorts are shorting the hell out of this thing today. So returned 1 million shares, borrowed almost 10 million shares, so 8.6 million shares net borrowed. Going to the overview, last 7 days, short has actually gone up a bit. And we are now shorting 14% of the free float, 30% of the free float on loan. Shares on loan are up to almost 240 million, and utilization is back up at 100%. Thank you for checking in there, Deuce. Guys, I just wanted to check in with some of you on the live stream. You're right, Deuce. They absolutely will not let it go. They're hanging on for dear life because the thing about it is, guys, people are acting like, you know, they're only trying to make money on the short and they just don't like the fundamentals of the business. But that is absolutely false. Like, these companies are attacking SoFi out of opportunity. And because essentially SoFi is their direct competitor. That's why I find it a little bit questionable on some of the downgrades earlier with like Bank of America and Schwab. Again, when they hit SoFi pretty hard after fairly good ERs. Um, these are SoFi's direct competitors. So rating them seems to be a big conflict of interest, but also it's not just trying to help the shorts. That's not really the issue. It's trying to hurt SoFi. If they can keep SoFi's share price down and keep a negative narrative afloat in the media, then they can prevent SoFi from being able to acquire other companies through stock-based transactions. They can prevent SoFi from hiring the best talent because, as we all know, because we've been diluted like crazy, SoFi pays a lot of stock-based compensation. Said about that at times, say, hey, it's too much, you're diluting us, but I think SoFi the entire time and Noto have had a plan, have known exactly what they're going to do, and I don't think it's an accident that they've all picked on SoFi. I mean, yes, there's a big short on Upstart, but that's because Upstart's a crap business. I mean, they're going in the opposite direction of SoFi. SoFi continues to grow their top line right through all of these high interest rates, right through all of this panic on the debt ceiling. SoFi just continues to execute. So I don't see any other companies doing this. I don't see any other companies that are growing their top line at, 30 to 40% that are about to reach a gap net profit. And I have been saying, guys, for the last couple of years, ever since the SPAC, I had units in this thing back since the very beginning. I've known about SoFi for a long, long time. I've been excited about the company. Of course, I'm a little bit down after today. Um, I'm pretty damn near even as far as I've averaged down. Not quite. My average, I think, is about $6.91 across all of my accounts. But guys, just wanted to come on and give an update again on SoFi, sitting up at $6.56, 54 cents on the day, about 9%. Stock spiked up to all the way up to $6.82 just before 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. out here on the Pacific Coast, then was shorted all the way back down to $6.44 15 minutes later, and again has climbed back up. Guys, we have a lot of buying pressure here today. I have to believe some institutions are coming into the stock, or this could be some type of a Reddit short squeeze type of thing. But I didn't think the short interest was really high enough for them to want to play with the stock. I thought they'd choose Upstart or Carvana or Beyond Meat or one of these stocks that has just a huge, huge short on it. SoFi has way bigger short than it should. I mean, there really should be, given the merits of this company, you'd think the short interest would be like 2%. Because it's already come down from, $24 all the way, down to these current levels. And I don't think there's a lot of meat on the bone to short it from here because revenues are increasing, adjusted profits are increasing, and I believe within the next quarter or two, we are going to see a gap net profit. Guys, if you have any idea what's going on with the SoFi stock, please let me know. Down in the comments, Tim P is up. He's up 37% on SoFi. You are very welcome, Tim. I am glad to have you on board. Thanks for checking in. Um, Basically, guys, if you've seen this stock in operation, you're going to do the same thing that Tim did, the same thing that I did. Unfortunately, for me, I've been in the stock a long, long time. I wish I had never heard of SoFi. I just, woke up like a couple weeks ago and the stock was at 4.5, and I go, oh, SoFi, and I just bought all my, all my position then. That would be wonderful and amazing, but of course, that's not how life works. When life gives you turds, sometimes you have to make lemonade, and that's what I've done with SoFi. Again, I'm very, very close to breaking even on the stock, and I've never felt so good about being down on a stock. Usually, when you're down on a stock, you're bitching and moaning, you're asking why me, woe's me, but not here, guys, not today. I am super, super happy with my position and the company and the management. And I understand this price action is the result of shorting and gamesmanship and competitors and people that just don't like the stock. And yes, shorts can be in control. They can make money. They can win over the short term, no pun intended. But over the long term, fundamentals win and money flows to returns and money flows to free cash flows. And SoFi is setting themselves up to be an absolute free cash flow machine. This spoke and wheel strategy that SoFi is devising, where they bring in customers with high interest rates on checking and savings accounts with high bonuses. This was roundly criticized again, much like the stock based compensation that said, your customer acquisition cost is just too darn high. Like, you're not going to make any money on these customers. And Noto is playing chess, and all these other people are playing pocket pool because he understands the lifetime value of this customer. Like, when they're bringing in those customers, they didn't know that SoFi was going to buy a fintech mortgage company with some of the most advanced mortgage loan technology, origination, etc. in the country. They didn't know that SoFi would be doing travel, doing insurance, doing credit, all of these things that SoFi is doing, is going to be doing. Of course, if you pay someone a couple $100 bonus, then just sell them one product and they never really bring in any revenues, you're going to lose money. But that's not what's going to happen with SoFi because they have a quality customer, a quality member. And if we can gain those customers for life and put them on our wheel and sell them two, three, four, five, six products over time and make those products increasingly large and increasingly profitable. I mean, what if you bring somebody in for a high yield checking account? Then you get them doing direct deposit. Then they see, wow, this will be great. I'll switch my credit card purchases over to SoFi because I get free stocks. I mean, this is basically, and then at a certain point, that customer needs an auto loan. At a certain point, that customer might need to refinance a student loan. At a certain point, that customer might decide they want to take a vacation. This is all the types of things you can do under the SoFi website. So you're going to see this. They partnered with a travel site, but that's just the beginning. They can partner on all sorts of things. There are all kinds of things where money becomes a factor. I don't care if it's home improvement. I don't care if it's leasing. I don't care if it's home equity lines. There are a million ways for banks and lenders to make money. And as we speak, the buying pressure intensifies. It only intensifies. And guys, I want to welcome you. Anybody out there, let me check in on the comments. This is, in fact, my very first live stream. I don't know how to do it. I barely know how to use a computer. I feel like an ape trying to open a coconut. But again, want to thank you for the 14 of you that are joining me. And I don't know if this live stream is working. If you guys are having any audio or video problems, or you can see the stream, please, it's actually over there on a stream. It's down in this corner. It's not down toward my junk. It's over there toward my foot. But if you guys want to, if you guys have never seen a uh, a live stream, this is what it looks like. I can move my giant head over here out of your way, and then when you guys talk to me, it comes up over here. So if you have any comments, throw them up there. I will try to get right back to you and let you know any information that I can on SoFi. One of the things that a number of people have asked me is how do you get your information? Where do you get your information? Um, my favorite sites that I pay for, and again, people ask me, oh, do you have affiliate codes? Do you have this? Do you have that? Um, no, absolutely not. I've got UIS Big Salinas. Salinas in the house. What? Salinas in the house. I don't know if that's Salinas, California. That's up in NorCal. I'm up from up there in the Central Valley in the farmland. So if that's Salinas, big up to you. Thanks for joining you. Thanks for taking a look at my videos, guys. But in any case, guys, I forget what I was talking about. I get my mouth moving faster than my brain can catch up. Yeah, back to the sites. There's a reason that oh, PR is that Puerto Rico? Not sure, guys. I can't decipher. All you young cool people, you use these shorthands. All I really know is like LOL. I just learned AFAC as far as I know. Um, you know, Yes, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. Hey guys, I got a question for you. I'm looking to write a rap song, okay, or a reggaeton song or something with a Latin flavor, and maybe Salinas can help me out on this, but I was sitting down with my writing partner, and as you know, hey, he's 61 years old. There's somebody online older than me. Yes. Yes. No, I'm not the oldest guy here. No, it's all good. You know what? I don't care if you're 61, 71, or 81 or 21. It's a good time to invest. It's a good time to use technology. It's a good time to join a community, spread the information. But whenever I'm writing a song, one of the things I like to do is just do hype up the intro, and I'm like, I could intro the guitar riff. I could, come at it with a little piano. I could come, but no, I'm just gonna go another direction. I'm just gonna scream a Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, like. What the hell? How do you come up with that? You're just sitting down in the writing booth and you just start screaming Puerto Rico over and over again. I don't know why, but it gets me amped up. It gets me as amped up as this run in the SoFi stock. Guys, let's take another look where we're at. We're up 58 cents or 10% on the day. 54 million shares traded. Let's give you a look at that live short interest that we all love to talk about. Not much has changed, just a few shares. Live short interest is 14% of the free float, and it is up. Net borrowed shares are up almost 9 million shares on the day. So shorts are digging in very hard in an effort to stop this rally. I've heard all kinds of rumors here today, guys. One of the big rumors that I keep hearing is that Bank of America is bidding for SoFi, and that they suspected Noto had been working on a deal with Goldman, and they know, Chase is not interested, so it kind of became. This is what I'm hearing through the rumor mill, guys, and this is about as reliable as as a vintage, German vehicle or whatever. But people are talking about Bank of America, and they're talking about, Bank of America is in talks with SoFi. I have not seen any reports that indicates that is correct. I am member not only TipRanks, Ortex, Seeking Alpha, other sites that I don't, publicize on here. They're a little bit more off the beaten path, and you're really not allowed to sort of say even their names or what they are that you remember. But even one or two of those that really do deep dives where you have to pay for individual reports on stocks and sectors. I am just not hearing this, and I have some, pretty good contacts within the mega banks, and I'm not hearing anything. So if you guys know why this stock is, I think I know why the stock is going up, because it's worth $9.75, and they continue to turn in good ERs, and they're about to make a net profit. And when that net profit comes, institutions are going to rush into the stock. One of the big criticisms I hear quite often is that you know that there's only 30, 37, 33% institutional ownership. Well, don't forget that there's another good chunk of the stock owned by insiders. So even if you kind of have to combine, in my mind, institutions and insiders, because that takes the shares essentially off the market. And I consider both smart money. Institutions are smart money, just like insiders are smart money. So I feel like either one is very, very bullish. And the fact that SoFi is a SPAC, and the fact that it is pre profit, and the fact that there has been endless FUD and bad news spread about the stock, I think that's still pretty good that over a third of the company is owned by institutions. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Fidelity has continued to acquire the stock. I mean, one of the big things on insider dumping was like the SoftBank thing. I mean, SoftBank is cabbage. Like that company bought a bunch of bad investments, and they basically had to liquidate their SoFi stock at the low level on a margin call. That's basically what happened. Like, they needed liquidity. They got in a lot of. I don't think they wanted to dump SoFi down there, but they did. And then, the CTO had sold a few shares. Not a few shares. He sold like $1 million worth of shares, but he still retained about 2/3 of his position. So I think so many of the criticisms against SoFi are just FUD, grasping at straws. And why is it a negative that the chief technology officer would sell a third of his shares if, he's probably a younger guy. He probably has a tremendous amount of his net worth wrapped up in the stock. And when he, was released and had the opportunity to sell some, and he saw, the stock spike a little bit or whatever the case may be, um, guys, you can't fault people for doing, what's right for them, what's right for their family, what's right for their financial future. For a long time, I made a lot of money on Tesla stock, and I love Tesla stock. I have traded it recently twice from like 130 to 200, again back in at 150 but I normally don't swing trade stocks. I'm a long term guy, but Tesla just has these huge predictable movements that are just too good for me to pass up. There's too much money to be made. SoFi, on the other hand, I don't trade like that at all. I don't sell anything on the pops because I don't believe the pop has even started yet. Remember when your grandma called soda a pop? Give me a pop. Well, SoFi is finally getting a pop. And guys, just wanted to come on in the morning, let you know a little bit about what's going on. Let's see if any of these other turds have upgraded, downgraded. No, last was Jeffries still reiterating the buy and $8 6 days ago. And of course, we got our buddy down here at 250 and a sell. But I think everybody has basically turned this into a laughing stock. Like, this is a laughing stock situation where nobody takes that figure seriously. Everybody knows what this was, but the guy, he served his purpose. He crashed the stock twice, and it's just coincidence that that happened with a pre-planned short attack. It's absolutely out of the question that there would be any illegal coordination. Go just to put my mind at ease, just so I can sleep at night. It would be nice if the authorities, the SEC, the FBI, would take a look at the timing, take a look at the communications, and just see what these guys are up to. Just turn over a few rocks and see what kind of turds you find beneath and betwixt. Because where you find these analysts doing these completely insane, remember, and I'll point out, Fiorio was noting that this guy was a buy at $20 or 20, like just over a year ago. And then he downgraded a little bit, but always remained a buy all the way through $8. And the information that they weren't selling loans was known. The information of which accounting system they were using was known. Um, he used the phrase, some legalese, boilerplate language in their earnings report that, you know how they put in these qualifiers that if our business plan does not go as expected, and if we are not able to make any money, and if we do not turn a profit, then there's like this if then statement that's like four ifs and then a then we may need to raise money at unfavorable terms in this difficult interest rate environment. So this is a boilerplate legalese statement that says if everything goes wrong and we can't execute our business plan, then we will need to raise money. And he took that statement and said, SoFi may need to raise money because their business may not go well. And it's like, dude, I've seen douchebags latch on to, all sorts of douchebaggery and fuddery and, punditry and just, absolute, BS language and associations and arguments and conclusions. But, that really took the cake for me when, I actually saw several people on TV laugh at him for that. Like, dude, are you serious? Out of the, you're trying, it's like you're trying to come up with three arguments here. Like, you're rubbing a lamp looking for a genie. Like, give me three pieces of FUD bullshit arguments I can bash the SoFi stock with, just bludgeon it with, because, we're doing the short attack anyway, and the ER was actually better than we expected. It was pretty damn good. The economy, is teetering. Everything's horrible. SoFi is bad, but they keep turning in good numbers, and you can't fake good numbers, guys. These are audited earnings reports. These are audited financial statements. All the FUD, all the pundits, this David Turd Chiaverini from Wedbush, his conclusions, his opinions are just baloney. The numbers don't lie. SoFi keeps beating on earnings over and over and over. Like, I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this. Quarterly. You notice they still don't even have, like, Yahoo, I would say, I mean, put the earnings up already, Yahoo. Like, you turds. Like, they don't have the Q1 earnings beat up. It's like, they have it up here, but they don't have the data loaded down here. I just believe, like, if it was another company, some of these things would happen a little bit more quickly. But Yahoo, I know they have contracts with certain, wires and services, and it's not all a giant conspiracy, but man, I see some days there's like six negative headlines, and some days there's six positive headlines. And it sure seems to coincide with the way market makers want these stocks to go. And I realize that can be just because the wires are putting those things out, and Yahoo's basically just aggregating articles from people who pay them or people they pay, or companies, whatever the case might be. But in any case, guys, after that little sell off we had at 10 a.m., reshorting, there has just been, again, a steady flow of buyers coming into the stock. Swing traders are not dumping nearly enough. Shorts are doing everything they can to hold the stock down. And remember, this is the opposite of what normally happens with the SoFi stock. So this is why, remember, guys, I made a video last night. I made my second SoFi video of the day, and I said, why am I going to get on and blabber at you when I've been up since 4 a.m.? Why am I going to make a second video that you folks have to sit through? You good people, you hardworking blue collar bus drivers, bathroom attendants, all you guys, you honey dippers, you short order cooks, you massage therapists, quote unquote, you OnlyFans models, you ditch diggers, lunch truck operators, Filipino tilt-a-wheel carnival operators. I love you all. I totally forgot where I was going with this, but look at this. This is opposite day. This is where your toilets flow the other way, like Australia. Upstart down 7%. Affirm is flat. Lucid is down. Lucid is a massive turd that should be bankrupt and can't sell any cars, in my opinion. Even Palantir, the golden boy, the untouchable, the AI, the king of AI. All you basically have to do is scratch your butt cheek and say AI or machine learning, and you are just the next golden boy of Wall Street. And Kathy Wood might talk about you and say you're disruptive, and say, in 15 years when your company is bankrupt, your idea might make some other company and some other investors an awful lot of money. But guys, on a day when a lot of these growth stocks, basically everything is down, financials are down, PayPal's down, Visa's down, Capital One's down, MasterCard's down, Upstart's down, the only thing that's up just a little bit is Roblox, and I don't even understand that. It sounds like Legos to me. Windows is wanting me to restart for some God knows why, probably some exciting security updates so none of you can exploit the weaknesses in my browser settings and steal all of my hats and glasses. Um, in any case, guys, SoFi again still continuing to push up 64 cents, $10 and not $10. Excuse me, 10%, now 11%. Guys, had some big buy just come across. Let's take a look at what the heck is going on here. Shoot over to the daily. Yeah, guys, we have some big buys coming in, and there's some people going to war with the shorts. I hope that's Noto. I hope he has his armies. I hope he has his minions out there. We know that Noto runs Reddit, Wall Street Bets. He runs a lot of these day traders. He's got call centers. He's got people buying the stock. And I feel like Noto is he's buying shares, but I feel like he's very coy, and I feel like he knows there's going to be an opportunity to slaughter the shorts. I feel he could dial up a net profit before Q3, perhaps before Q4, excuse me, perhaps Q3. I believe SoFi could even very easily break even in Q2. It's only 5. It's only 5 cents per share. They have to get there. They've moved up that much in other quarters, so I don't think it's out of the question at all that in Q3 SoFi makes a gap net profit. I think that would absolutely send the stock up near my price target of 9.75, certainly over that $8 resistance that has been plaguing the stock. Low this last year. But guys, we are up 11% on the day. I don't know that I can continue to talk at this rate and pace without saying anything at all of consequence or use to you. But again, let's give you one last check of this live short interest, just to send you on your way with a nice, nutritious snack and a hearty handshake. Um, so guys, pulling up. Sorry, all these sites are getting a tremendous amount of traffic. Yeah, same deal, guys. almost 10 million shares borrowed. These don't update. It says live short interest, but it's not actually live. Yeah, the live short interest again ticking back up today. 13.72% they're estimating with a high confidence interval. And one of the things you have to note is the days to cover at the average volume is almost 7. So we could see, again, it won't be like a short squeeze, like going straight vertical on that ass, but we could see this thing just the squeeze is not really coming from the shorts covering as much as I believe it's going to come from institutions rushing into the stock, pensions rushing into the stock, basically smart money rushing into the stock because this thing's going to be a free cash flow machine. Let's face it. They are in profitable industries. Mortgage origination, extremely profitable. Credit cards, extremely profitable. These personal loans are proving to be extremely profitable. I mean, look at the net interest income, guys. Look at the net interest income. Listen to Noto. He knows what he's talking about. He continuously under promises and over delivers. And guys, look at that hair. Don't trust someone who's all disheveled, who just wakes up. Trust a man who goes into a salon, gets a no polish mani pedi like Anthony Noto, and just, gets that thing perfectly coiffed, and then goes on TV and talks to you in a reassuring monotone, without any emotion or passion whatsoever. We've managed to increase EBITDA 7 quarters in a row, so you can S&D. Like, I just want to see Noto, like they say, like, I want to see Dark Noto. I want to see him just get on and just assassinate these guys. Just come on and say, listen, that short seller's a moron and his arguments don't make any sense. And if he's got an analyst in his pocket, well, good for him. I don't care. I continue to buy all these dips and, yeah, I'm already rich. So what difference does it make? I'm worth 100 million. And after, I'm done with Sofi, I'm going to be worth 1 billion because, I got to make DannyDealz some money. He's got a lot of mouths to feed. He's got a big monthly nut, and he's got a lot of his time. So I think Noto really spends a lot of time worrying about me personally, and how I'm doing and how I'm feeling about my investment in SoFi. Tony, call me. I know you're the boss. But we are out here and we support you and you support us, even though you've never met us. We appreciate you, but let's fight a little bit harder. Let's get in those interviews and just defend the company a little bit more. I know you've got your numbers. I know you're very controlled. I know you don't want to stoop to my level, get down here in the muck where you're calling analysts names and accusing them of all sorts of nefarious activities. But seriously, folks, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just merely asking questions and saying I would like the authorities to investigate crooked analysts who make illogical downgrades in concert with massive short attacks that were obviously pre-planned. But anyway, guys, I digress. Let me take a little look-see over here at the, oh my god, there's a lot of you in here. 29, 64. Who do we got in here? Deuce Kabuski. I got 10x Danny, Toilet Bowl, Tim P, not old yet, not by any means, guys. 61 is the new 41, and I'm hopefully 50 is the new 30, or whatever the case may be, guys. Any day above ground, I can hit the tennis courts, go walk on the beach, walk the dog. I am very happy. Hope to be doing that. We got Roy. Dude, you look like you just woke up from the lottery. Yeah, Roy, I don't sleep that much during the week. I'm running a few businesses in addition to putting out this incredible content for you guys. It's simple technical. Stock broke out. I know that I said that yesterday, Roy. Roy, it's like I don't know if I'm copying Roy. Roy's copying, but this Roy, he seems to say a lot of the same things that I say, so the guy must be freaking brilliant. Um, and Big Salinas been holding SoFi over a year. Can't wait. Me neither, buddy. Imagine the market 2 point. Danny, how are you not thanking him? I bought 2,000 more shares. Yes, yes. Anthony Argon, isn't it even a breakout yet? Exactly. It's not breaking out yet. We're just back to where we were before earnings. Salinas Noto's the man. I agree. Besides my cheap coffee, hope this can be part of my morning every day. Thanks, brother. I'd like to. I usually have a little bit too much work to do to live stream, but it is fun, guys. I have no idea what I've said this entire time. But I certainly like you guys like to talk about the SoFi stock, and we're a community out there, guys. I know sometimes it can feel like you're all alone and the world's against you, and all the market makers and shorts are against you. But you just have to be confident, and you have to know what you own, and you have to know why you're working so hard and putting your money in. And I know, hey, if you're down like 50% on a stock, it's very, very painful. But remember, guys, like Tesla almost went to zero. Amazon almost went to zero. A lot of the stocks that I've done well on over the years almost went to zero when no one believed in them, and they were having problems, and, structurally or the macro was against them. But if you have a company with a very solid business model and very solid management that is executing and doing all the right things, you can't let the macros scare you. You can't let the shorts scare you. You can't let the FUD scare you. And I advise you guys to stay the course. Don't dump at 7. Don't dump at 750. If anybody buys out SoFi, I feel like it's going to come at a minimum of $18, and I feel like it would be an extremely an extreme bargain on that. Daniel Z, are you still negative on the stock? My average, Daniel, is about $6.91, so I'm getting very, very close. In my SoFi account, my average is right at $7, and then in some other accounts, I'd average down a little bit more. So I'd have to get out my trusty Staples calculator, but I believe my average is in the low 690s. So you call it $7. I'm still a little bit red on the stock, but I just remember the other day I was like 20% down on my position. Now I'm probably like 3% down on my position. So big up to DannyDealz, big up to Brooklyn. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me. I am going to get some of my actual work done, return some emails, take care of some of my customers, and go make myself a well-deserved espresso. And then, guys, I will check back in with you as time permits. Um, Absolutely, U.S. Big Salinas, $18 from your mouth to God's ears. I'm telling you, my friend. This thing, this you guys, you can't look at price action over the short term and equate that to what a company is worth. Oftentimes market makers intentionally disconnect the share price from the real value of the company, but it's only temporary. It's only a detour, guys. It's like if there's a huge accident on the freeway, and they push you off onto this side road. You never think you're going to get back. Traffic's barely moving. You're worried about you're going to run out of gas. You have to pee so bad. Your bladder feels like an overstuffed water balloon in a pot of boiling water, and you are trying to squeeze your legs together. And that one gas station, that one AM PM Arco out in the middle of nowhere is so overrun, you could never get in that restroom. And even if you do, there is a large gentleman who's just been imbibing on some of those chili cheese dogs you get out of the dispensers, as said AM PM, and you wouldn't want to use that restroom anyway. Guys, I don't know where I'm going with any of this, but the point is the detour eventually gets you back to the freeway. If you're lucky, you don't pee your pants and you live through it. Guys, Deuce Kabuski, there you are. Noah Joa TV show. What's up, brother? How you doing, Noah Joa? Some of these guys were some of my first supporters, and I really want to thank you guys. Just a couple months ago, I had two subscribers, and I barely knew how to use a computer. I was actually taking the keyboard, and I was like hitting myself in the face. I was trying to use it as an oar. I was trying to use it as a club. I was trying to kill my dinner. And right now, I think I have like almost 600 subscribers. So I want to thank all my friends over on StockTwits. I want to thank. I used to post. For those of you who know me over there, I was on Yahoo Finance ever since the SPAC days as Danny. You can look up my posts. I was a huge, huge SoFi bull. Still am. But guys, again, good morning, SoFi family. Good day for us. Toilet Bowl, subscribe for the 10x content. Thank you very much, sir. Sir or ma'am. I don't think a ma'am would have named their account Toilet Bowl, but JK146, I get my advice from the truck stop bathroom wall. Well, for a good time or a good stock, call 1-800 short squeeze, but that's not the kind of short squeeze we want to talk about. The short squeeze coming out of JKL146's account might be a little bit different than the short squeeze that you're looking for, but we're all into different things, and as long as it's consenting adults, I say have fun with it. You're not going to make any money, but you might have a good time. Big Salinas, dude, you're going to do these live streams every morning because I'll be watching the channel. Man, I'll try to do it whenever I can, guys. If you'd like to schedule something, I'm usually up about 4 in the morning. So maybe I could live stream like 5:30 to 6:30 out here Pacific time. Get you that hour of pre-market pump that you need. Get you, if you don't have espresso, you have that cheap coffee. DannyDealz will pump you up in the morning. Guys, this is better than a workout. I'm having a lot more fun. I'm not sore. I'm not hurting myself. I'm not muttering expletives at a trainer named Garth who has frosted tips and 8 abs, and I hate him because he can eat whatever he wants and he still stays thin and young and he's Botoxed and he's good looking, and I have to walk around looking like this. Well, life isn't fair, guys. Ryan Joda, 10x, absolutely, brother. 10x, 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 10x Therapeutics. That's a stock. It has a drug, levosimendan, that is in the bag for FDA approval, phase 3 ready. The drug is worth at least $300 million according to a Zacks analysis. It's worth $500 million according to a DannyDealz analysis. The company has no debt and the market cap's about $7 million. Short long hedge fund has its hands in that one. But guys, I'm going to bring you a 10x update a little bit later today. That is if I don't get fired and kicked out of my office for making these videos instead of doing any work. Guys, thanks for checking in, everybody. I'm going to get back to you with more SoFi information, more 10x information, and just more fun and levity because let's face it, guys, most of our jobs kind of suck. We're not that happy about them. Our investments have been down, and if we can't have a few laughs among friends, what good are we, folks? Because, that's what life's all about. We all want to make money. We all want nice stuff. We all want to impress our friends, family, and neighbors. But at the end of the day, guys, it's the little things. It's being able to laugh at yourself, not take your losses too hard, and remember that what really matters is what you do on a daily basis, the relationships that you make, and not just how much money that you have. But that said, God, it would be nice to make some money on this damn stock for once. So again, want to thank everybody for watching. I'm going to come back at you guys real soon. We got 22 people watching this exciting stream. 77 people have viewed, and want to thank every single one of you. Again, want to thank people that have taken me from 2 subscribers just a couple months ago up to close to 600 right now. I'm going to start bringing you guys more useful content whenever I can. Guys, I do have to make a living, but I'll be back ASAP with a SoFi update, guys. Great day for the SoFi stock investor. Again, want to appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for watching. My name's DannyDealz. The show is Un Poco Mas, where we give you just a little bit more for Hurricane Lopez and Stock Karen. You guys have a great morning, or whatever kind of morning you want. Even if you have, a horrible morning, at least you're making some money. Guys, I'll talk at you real soon. Thanks a lot.